Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my Crystal Path of Light channel and my reading for this is for the Aquarius cycle from January 21st through February 20th, 2020, but it's for all non-Aquarians. So what I have been guided to do throughout this 12-month period is, and I started with Scorpio, so I'll do it all the way to Libra and then I'll see what happens, but I have been intuitively asked to do one reading for all the souls of that sign and then another general reading for all other signs for that specific month. So this is the non-Aquarians reading for the Aquarius cycle. And I'm reading with the Crystal Ally cards and the Hidden Realm Tarot, one Unicorn card and one Law of Attraction card. So before we get started, I just want to go over what the archetype of Aquarius is so we kind of have an understanding of that. Again, January 21st to February 20th, Aquarius is the fixed air sign of the astrology. And that fixed sign means steadfast energy. And I love that because, energy, Aquarius is the archetype of I know. And it is the 11th house ruled by Uranus. And the first I'll say that Uranus, I'm sure a lot of you have heard, is the Great Awakener. Uranus is like the lightning bolt of the planets, and Uranus is the higher octave of the mind, and Aquarius, the house of Aquarius represents intuition. So it's important that we align with the higher octave of the mind because, we have two ways we can run in: ego and true intuition. Uranus also represents the desire to break free, and that's why he's like the Great Awakener, because he will break things up that we're not inclined to do for ourselves when we're stuck. All right. So Aquarius in the 11th house also represents community. It represents extended groups, social activities, circles of friends, larger social groups. It's the wander of the galaxy. And, a lot of Aquarian people that I know, my close Aquarian souls, they're very into community. And also they don't like to be pigeonholed. They need their freedom. They need their space. And it's important for Aquarians to tap into their higher self mode and get aligned, because being the house of I know, do you want to come from I know, or through my higher self in aligned state, through my state of mindfulness, I know my path and I know where I'm going and I know where I want to go. In tarot, Aquarius is ruled by the star. The star is ruled by Aquarius. So the Aquarius new moon is right around the corner. It's January 24th, 2020. So that's when we want to set our intentions for a new lunar cycle, January 24th. This is an air element sign. So journaling, releasing thoughts, really aligning with what is your mind telling you? What is your higher self wanting you to do? Because the higher self is the pilot of the soul that knows everything we want, everywhere we really truly want to go. The full moon is in Leo on February 9th. The February moon is called the snow moon, and Leo is the I create house. It's ruled by the sun. So what I'll say is it represents our sort of external self, everything we show the world, and play, joy, creativity, expression, work. It's a fun, powerful fire element house. It's also the fixed sign of fire. So we have 13 full moons this year, and the reason I'm saying that is because I feel it is significant, because 13 represents the divine feminine energy. It is a new decade, and with everything that's going on out there, and Aquarius being the house of community, the house of I know, it's really important we all tap into our softer divine feminine self. That is more of the trusting the universe to bring us what we truly know we want to create from within, and inviting, the divine feminine invites things into her life. She doesn't push and force things into her life, okay? So I'm going to start with the bottom card of the deck. This represents what you're carrying through from the Capricorn season, okay? So you received the Personal Truth card. This is a water element card governed by the stone Amazonite. So you're being asked to really look at yourself and understand that it is only from coming from the truth of your heart that you're going to be able to move through this Aquarius season in your higher self mode with that archetype of I know, that freedom loving, amazing aspect of self, because otherwise it's not going to work for you. This is a receptive energy. Water element and wind are made up of the same components, okay? Wind is directive, but it's also the path of least resistance, just like water. Water's receptive and wind's directive. So we have to have a balance of directive and receptive energy. So this card is asking you, as you move from Capricorn into Aries, to and sometimes you have to tell people what they don't want to hear, but you can do it gently. You don't have to do it in a harsh way. You do it in that softer way. Okay, but personal truth is what you're carrying with you. And if you're not living your truth and walking your talk from the heart, things won't go your way. So the basis, and by go your way, I don't mean forcing people to do what you want. I mean your true path. All right, where you understand you're only in control of your emotions and how you feel. You're not in control of others and what they do. So the basis card for you for the month, from January 21st through February 20th is messages. This is wind element. We know that Aquarius is an air element sign. This is governed by the beautiful stone celestite. And here I have one right here. Look at that beauty. Look. So this is wind element saying that as you live in your personal truth and come from the heart, as you walk into and move into this intuitive house of I know, and the Great Awakener, and of wanting to break free, it's very important that you align with doorway to spirit. That's an element of air. Air, wind represents our mental belief systems, our perceptions, our thoughts, our ideas, but it's the doorway to spirit where we can either be an ego or at the doorway to spirit in a aligned state, or then being able to, that's where we listen and hear the messages of the angels, our guides, our soul. Being able to act on them is actually walking through doorway to spirit. So the basis for you in this Aquarius season is to be able to not only hear what the divine is telling you through angels, guides, synchronicities, friends, listen to those messages. It's to act on them. And we'll see how the action is going to be, if it's going to be a lot of fire and force, or if it's going to be water and earth, more calming. So the lesson, what you're going to be able to learn coming through this Aquarius season of I know is innocence. So another water element card for you. So again, this is more through being aligned with your higher self and being able to hear and act on those messages of spirit, messages of source, messages of your soul. This card, innocence, governed by blue lace agate, does not mean like you're naive and you're going to learn that you got burned somehow by being naive. It's the opposite. It's about learning how to be able to sit in the center of whatever's going on and not judge. Not judge yourself for any past mistakes. Let that go. That's part of what you're carrying through with this personal truth. And if you slip, you slip. It's okay. Give yourself love and compassion and move on. A child can look at life like that. They see everything as whole and beautiful. And that's what you're able to learn through this cycle of I know, through this beautiful Aquarius cycle of community. And I really feel that any of you really empaths and sensitive souls, please tune out to all the negative news coverage and news media this month. Try it. Get off social media, connect with yourself, connect with nature, connect with things that make you feel good so you can maintain this state so that when you do get caught up in quote unquote negative energies or whatever you want to call them, you're able to come from a state of grace, come from the heart, and just observe, not get caught up. Okay? The spirit card for you for the month is the nurture card. So we're really all non-Aquarians. Water element is in here big time for us. And we'll move into Pisces, which is water. So the nurture card is governed by blue pectolite, which is the, also Larimar is the stone. And you see this being, she's in a pool of water and she's nurturing her beloved young child, but she's nurturing herself as well. You see, they both have a halo of Larimar around them, and she understands that first and foremost, self-care, that is not selfish. That's what the divine is telling you. It's not selfish to take care of yourself first and put yourself first. You cannot listen to what the angels are telling you if you've run out of energy and you're chasing your tail. So it's really important for you this month to practice self-care, to put your oxygen mask on first before you put the others on, right? Because otherwise you're not going to be able to breathe. You're going to run out of air. And there's a lot of wounded healers out there who believe they've got to just power through and take care of everybody's everything. And it's just not the way to do it. The innocence lesson of love and compassion is what Spirit most wants you to hear. Okay? The outcome for you for the Aquarius cycle, before we move into the I Am House of Pisces, is prosperity. Awesome. This is an earth element card governed by garnet. And this is, earth represents everything you see, touch, hear, and taste. It's all your physical reality. How does our physical reality manifest? We create it. Okay? First and foremost, we create it. So if you're not feeling prosperous, what I suggest you do is give yourself a big hug and help yourself to understand you got to learn this lesson of innocence, of not judging, of not coming from a place of lack, of feeling mistrustful. All that is what needs to leave you. And because prosperity even has pro-spirit in it, all right? Money is an energetic form of just getting something for what you give, all right? You go to a job, you work, you get paid. It's not, prosperity doesn't just govern money, but we tend to think that. This outcome for you is a prosperity of coming from the heart, nurturing and taking care of yourself so you can receive. You can't receive any prosperity and abundance if you're not in the state of receptivity, beautiful soul. Sorry about that. You can't. So the outcome of prosperity, there's something that will come into form in some part of your earth element, which is home, foundation, finances, family, structure. There's something that can manifest, but you have to start with the messages card. First of all, you have to start with carrying through this personal truth. What do you really want? And this is all coming from the heart. Water element governs communication, love, relationships, and the heart. Okay? Receptivity, going within, inner knowing, path of least resistance, trust, trusting in the best message, the best guidance I can give is to look at how nature does it. Get out in nature and look at this, observe the stillness, observe the trust. There's no force. Winter doesn't try to force spring. Mother Nature cherishes all the seasons and everything that's going on. Okay, so really take that into account if you need a broader perspective of how to be heart-centered, how to go with the flow. Go stand by some water. I know it's winter in a lot of places, but you can even watch it on YouTube or on TV. Watch how water flows around rocks. You know, it flows around obstacles. But the main thing for you is to get yourself, your energy healed, yourself in a state of receptivity, in a state of trusting that the universe has something beautiful for you to receive. The influencer is giving, okay? This is another water element card. So all of us non-Aquarians are really being asked to go within. This is governed by chrysoprase, and you see this beautiful person giving this beautiful crystal heart-shaped box to someone. But maybe you're being asked to give to yourself for once. But what I can say is when we're feeling overwhelmed, or when we're too fixated on what we don't have, the best thing you can do is go give your time, give your energy, give money, whatever, because that helps you align with that trust that the universe is all a balance of giving and receiving. The worst thing we can do when we're trying to bring something in that we want is pinch off the flow of energy by lack. So whether it's lack of trust, lack of funds, lack of love, lack of friendship, anything, when we're pinched off, we can't receive. But the influencer energy for you this month is giving, all right? Giving, and that's how you will receive. There's an adage that says if you want money, give something away. Go spend money, because there has to be that yin and yang, that giving and receiving aspect. We don't hoard to get what we want. We don't worry to get what we want. It just doesn't work that way, all right? So now going to the Hidden Realm Tarot deck, there's one card in the same position for each that will complement the Crystal Ally cards. And the bottom card is the Five of Wands. So you receive that personal truth card from the Crystal Ally deck coming in from Capricorn. And this Five of Wands energy, this is fire element. And fives are challenging because they mean changes. They mean a lot going on. And you see these forest elementals, they're having fun in the trees, but some of them are looking stressed and don't really know which way to go. So you're coming through, we came through this intense eclipse cycle. New year, new decade, all this stuff going on. So you're still carrying some of that. But how do you balance that? It's with that personal truth. It's with that going in the heart and what do you truly want. Not allowing other people to zap your energy, okay? Because fire represents energy and directive power, career, expression, right? So very important carrying through that we balance that out and remember the message moving into this, okay? The basis card is the Knight of I'm so sorry. I've been doing 3 readings in a row. The Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is, sometimes people call it a guardian angel. And he's also looking up. He's looking up for his messages too. He knows that he's got to receive some important divine message in order to act. There's not really an emergency. Maybe his ego's telling him it's an emergency, but there isn't an emergency. So please remember the basis for this month is to receive your guidance from the divine, from your soul, from source. Don't allow naysayers and people that don't know your path to tell you what to do or think they know what's best for you, okay? All right, and that's air and air. So the lesson card for non-Aquarians is the World, all right? This came up in the reading for the Aquarius in their basis position. So this is the 21, the final major arcana in the tarot deck. And look at her, vulnerable and showing the world who she truly is. And that's what water element is. It's about being vulnerable, coming from the heart in this beautiful, loving way and showing the world who you truly are. That's what you're learning, beautiful souls. That's what you get to learn in this month of Aquarius, this month of community, friends, service, learning to really trust and listen to your intuition with the I know house rather than what ego's telling you. Ego doesn't want you to learn this. Ego wants you to stay unhealed and broken or nervous or coming from a place of lack, because the brain likes to rule the heart, but the heart is where we need to go. So this is your lesson to learn in order to show the world who you truly are, in order to get out in the world with what you really truly want to be, following your personal truth, listening to messages, not judging, nurturing and taking yourself, receiving the prosperity that the universe has, and giving as well. Okay, there's got to be reciprocity of giving and receiving. There's no polarity with that. So that is your lesson for the month. What you can learn in this Aquarius cycle to take with you for throughout the year. Spirit, this is the direct line for your month from spiritual guidance, is the Nine of Wands. Okay, another fire element. Fire and water are in polarity, so Spirit is telling you to take care of yourself, all right? Nines can be intense too. They represent changes and new coming in. And you see this being is coming out of the fire like the phoenix from the ashes. So something, Spirit is telling you exactly why you need to nurture yourself. This is why. Because you need to be able to come out as that phoenix from the ashes, not burn up and not be able to get up. All right, you need balanced energy. We need to balance fire and water. We need to balance polarity in ourselves so that we don't feel overwhelmed and don't know whether to act or wait or whatever. So that's what Spirit wants you to understand with this nurture card. That if we don't nurture ourselves, we can't rise. We can't act. Fire is action. We got to act from the heart and act from self-care and self-love. The outcome is the Two of Swords. So that's very interesting. Twos represent a waiting period, sort of a stillness and a time of waiting before you see the fruition of what's to come. So with this prosperity card, with this earth element card, the Hidden Realm Tarot is giving us an air element card. All of our physical reality is created by our thoughts. Okay? So twos represents decisions. So here is this woman with a sword at somebody's throat, but he trusts her. His sword is right beside him. He doesn't look scared. He doesn't look nervous. So this is you understanding you always have a choice, all right? You have a choice. You have free will. So you have a choice as to whether you want to trust in your higher self guidance, trust your heart, move into your heart, be aligned with your heart, and take the path of least resistance to allow what the universe wants you to have, or whether you're more content to just sort of let the universe give you whatever and fill your cup. It's a lot more fun co-creating. It's also a message that there's no wrong answer. If something doesn't manifest immediately, you can always change your thoughts. You can always change your perspectives, release old belief systems about yourself so you can allow this prosperity to come in, okay? The influencer card for the Hidden Realm Tarot is strength, all right? So this is another major arcana. You have two major arcana cards here. And it's again, strength through compassion. Look at her. She is looking to the wolf. The wolf is guarding her and protecting her in her vulnerability. Again, nurturing and taking care of yourself, taking the compassionate approach. That's the influencing energy around this whole reading. There is strength through coming up as the phoenix from the ashes in a healed, balanced way. There is strength through listening to the divine messages rather than ego. There is strength through showing the world your vulnerability. That wolf will protect her to the end, right? So that's the message there for you. And there's strength in trusting that even if you think you don't have a lot, you can still give, and it doesn't have to be money. You know, with everything that's going on in the world, you can, I give a lot of energy. I do a lot of healing work. around things and sending out love and light. There's lots of ways to give, okay? The unicorn card for you for the month, from January 21st through February 20th. The unicorns are, whether you believe they ever existed or they're just an archetype of fantasy, it doesn't matter. The energy they carry, what they represent is soul wishes, assisting us on our soul path and helping us to stay there. They do not see us as imperfect. They do not see us as not divine. They don't see polarity. They don't see division. All right. They help us to understand that we are divine perfection. All right. So for you, you got double prosperity, my beloveds. All right. So again, please, if you have to focus on these cards and look at them and take some time to sit with some of the specific messages, because for the whole month, the unicorns are saying there is a gift on the way to you. All right. There's increase for you. You've got to be ready to receive it. That's all this water here. That's what all you got. 4 water element cards here, 1 wind and 1 earth in the crystal ally cards. Look at the cloud here. This unicorn is on the earth, this beautiful mountainside of green grass, and there's wind right there, and they're not in polarity. There's a rainbow, and it's just beautiful, okay? So, pro spirit, remembering to be able to receive, manage your finances with love. That's what water governs, not with harshness, not with, oh my gosh. Don't focus on your bank account and what's in it. Focus on all the true abundance that's available to you, and that is your divine birthright, all right? Because it's there for you. Connect with this card. Sit with this card. Look at the beauty of this card. All right? And then the last card is from the Abraham Hicks Laws of Attraction card. And I use this card kind of as something that you can tune into to help you stay aligned. All right? Because of the laws of attraction, we attract where we vibrate. And you received, life is supposed to be good for me, right? And look at all this water. It's all love. It's all trust. It's all allowing. It's all heart-centered. And in those states, life always feels good for you, no matter what. So whatever's going on with this 5 of Wands, it doesn't matter. And the message is, that is our strongest message to your life, is supposed to be good for you. Do your best to find the best of the positive aspects that surround you. Look for things to appreciate, even if there aren't that many. Look for things to feel good about. Give your attention as best you can to the best things that are going on in your experience, with the determination to train yourself into the best feeling vibration that you can find right here and now. So this is important because I touched on how, with all that's going on in the world, if we're focused on all the negative news and who's in power and oh my gosh, and it's so overwhelming, that's our reality. If you can spend some time with love and compassion, nobody has any power over you. You get to create your own reality the way you want. So that's another reason why I always get out in nature. I allow myself to connect deeply with the laws of the universe, the sacred life in nature. Just to be out there, it's empowering for me. I can get into dynamic balance out there. I feel free. I feel like that is the true way. So what this message for you is, because you're really being asked in this Aquarius cycle to get into the heart, to have the strength to be vulnerable with yourself and move forward in this way by connecting with your guides and your angels, walking your personal truth, and I'm sorry if that offends people that you love that don't like what you're doing. That's okay. They don't know your path. Your soul knows your path, and your higher self knows your path. Prosperity and abundance is here for you, okay? The stones you could work with are celestite, chrysoprase, blue lace agate, garnet, larimar, and amazonite. If you work with crystals and stones, meditate with them, consciously connect and resonate with whatever ones intuitively speak to you during this time, please, they're allies. They're here to help you and assist you. They're here to do their life path just as we are. And I just feel that you're gonna come out of this month moving into Pisces from Aquarius, from this I know, to even if you don't see the physical manifestation of this prosperity by the 20th of February, don't lose faith. No one in innocent state and a nurtured, healed way loses faith and understands, because if you're expecting on a certain date this has to happen, that's pinching the flow of the laws of attraction. That's pinching the flow of energy. Energy has to be in constant flux and flow. It pinches off when we think that way. So I wish you a wonderful Aquarius season, and I am here. If you would like to book a private reading, you can message me privately. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can contact me at Facebook, Crystal Path of Light, Instagram, Crystal Path of Light, or email me at crystalpathoflight.com@gmail.com. Love and light to you, beautiful souls.